It has happened again, my people. Tinubu has finally pushed this country to the brink. President of the United States has just thrown the biggest insult at Tinubu due to his constant trips to the US State Hospital. This is serious, and if you haven't heard about it yet, you better take a seat and listen. We are talking about a situation where even the world leaders are beginning to react to our president's action. It's so embarrassing to think that our leader has become the subject of international ridicule, especially considering the state of our healthcare system back home. And here we are, still suffering from a lack of basic healthcare service while he flies abroad for treatment. Now, if you're joining us for the very first time, you are in a ride. We break down all the latest updates with facts and details you won't find anywhere else. Make sure to like this video, drop a comment below to let us know what you think, and share it across all social media platforms. Spread the word, because this information is too important to keep to yourself. Also, don't forget to click on the notification icon so you never miss any update. We are here to keep you informed, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Stay tuned, we'll be back shortly.
Welcome back to
The whole of crime scene
is happening in the street again.
The center of political news, celebrity gossip, religious gossip, and happiness in the society.
Join us, the voice of Africa.
Welcome back, my people. The President of the United States has lambasted Tinubu for leaving his country to spend a 2-week holiday in another nation while Nigeria is on the brink of despair. Can you imagine how absurd this situation is? It's a massive slap in the face to the Nigerian government for all their irrelevant conjure. The statement came as the Nigerian Labour Congress was already roaring over the recent increase in fuel prices in Nigeria. It's even making headlines across all major media platforms as we speak. What do these politicians want from the common man? How can they be so cruel? Imagine Asari Dokubo too. He came out to talk about taking Nigerian citizens' priorities seriously. But let's ask ourselves, how can Nigerians be prioritized when they are dying of hunger and poverty? As far as Nigerian is concerned, there's no price control on essential commodities. This means that whenever there's an increase in fuel prices or dollar rate, the price of everything in the country will skyrocket. These people and their political jingoism, negligence, nepotism, and dictatorship have reached a point where they think they can keep treating us like nothing, like we are their slaves. As if that's not enough, they came with their political manifestos, giving people false hope, all in the name of wanting to attain power. It's not about us anymore. What does the future hold for us? Many graduates are roaming the streets, countless homes are in ruins, and many have died, all because of these politicians. What are we supposed to do in this country? Even Rufai Oseni went wild while analyzing this on Hourary News a few hours ago. It wasn't funny or rosy at all. He joined the US president in ridiculing Tinubu for a selfish and egoistic behavior, for all their broken promises, and for this failed system. And as we speak right now, I feel like I might lose my mind and take this analysis beyond the realm. But before then, let's watch Tinubu get the insult of his life from the United States president and Rufai Oseni. Stay tuned. I'll be back shortly.
The current economic realities. His statement reads in part: we challenge the government to go to the drawing board and present us with a blueprint for inclusive economic growth and national development instead of this spasmodic and ad hocism and palliative policy. It needs no stating the fact that the latest wave of increase has grossly altered the calculations of Nigerians once again at a time they were reluctantly coming to terms with their new realities. It will further deepen poverty as production capacities dip and more jobs are lost, with multi-dimensional negative effects. In light of this, we urge the government to immediately reverse this rate hike, as previous increases did not produce any good results. People only got poorer. But fundamentally, the government should be bold enough to tell Nigerians in advance the destination it wants to take the country. I believe the destination the Tinubu administration wants to take the country is to deregulate and, completely remove petrol subsidy. But I mean, economists, analysts have said, is this really what is happening at this moment? I mean, like the NLC president has clearly stated, we are not given more information about this deregulation. We're not told ahead of time about this deregulation. How are we going to now recalculate our budget Every other month, there's some sort of news that comes out from the NNPC. Complete disregard for the feelings of Nigerians. But you know, President Tinubu had said when he was campaigning that, you know, he was going to, you know, reduce this petrol hike. I just want to quickly play back a video, 2023 video, where he was campaigning and he talked about the fuel prices. Let's play that video real quickly.
BBC láfi máa gbàjọba lọ́wọ́ wọn. Wọn bá ní kò ṣepo àárín lọ bẹ̀. Kò sí ọgbọ́n ìdákúdàpọ̀ lọ́wọ́ wọn. Wọ́n lè ní kò ṣepo. Wọ́n ti ń dọ́gbọ́n dá ọ̀rọ̀ kò ṣepo lẹ̀ gbàgbé ẹ̀. Ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀, èmi aṣíwájú mo sọ fún yín, ọ̀rọ̀ ìbò yẹn á parẹ́ ní.
Ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀, ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀, ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀, ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀, ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀. Thank you.
Rufai's always dancing, but yes, is this really what is happening here? How many months now since Rufai, are people actually laughing? Anyways, in the meantime, former Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, has expressed his disappointment at the way Nigerians are responding to the nation's current economic challenges, stating that he had expected more visible reactions from citizens, particularly the young people. Let's take a listen.
I'm angry with the citizens. Yeah, I've said it several times. You can't see a group of people stealing your money, impoverishing you. You can't buy fuel, you can't buy anything, nothing. And then you're still, look at what happened in Edo. Should any politician be campaigning in Edo? People should be angry. There should be protests, not even protests of against anybody, it's against politicians. We will not vote. There will be an election in our state. That's what the people should be saying. Because the rate of hunger now, if people like us can't afford diesel, you can imagine what's happening to my mother. And, okay, but we don't put my mother because I will defend my mother. Those who don't have children like us. Because my mother is still alive, and there are those whose parents are still alive that can't afford. In fact, somebody said, well, what this government has achieved is that it has made Nigerians to be strong, in the sense that Nigerians now trek. I know walking helps the heart. So people have learned how to walk to their offices.
All right, Dr. Abati, would he have said this if he was in this administration politics?
Minister, as he then was,
yes.
Governor, as he then was,
yes.
Rotimi Amechi. He was governor in Rivers State. He was Minister of Transportation at the federal level. This hardship that we're suffering, you know, was further compounded, created, established under the 8 years of somnambulism of the same government that he served under. Yeah. Now he's saying people should be angry. Well, his statement could be interpreted as incitement. Yeah. Saying that Nigerians should go to the streets. In fact, he even went further to say he couldn't understand why people came out to vote during those state elections, where the only legitimate way to change government, to transit from one administration to the other in Nigeria, is through constitutional change of government, through elections. And here is Amechi, who has been Speaker in Rivers State House of Assembly, who has been Governor for 8 years, who has been Minister at the federal level, saying that he doesn't understand why people should vote. For his personal information, may he be reminded that Nigerians are indeed angry. They were angry under Buhari. Tinubu has added hunger to the anger. So Nigerians are indeed angry. They are indeed hungry. But now, you know, it's very convenient out of government to sound like a radical. I don't know whether he has joined the Showore's political party now that he's saying citizens. Is he not one of us? He's one of us. He's also a citizen. Why does he not himself go on the road to carry placards with members of his family to say that we are hungry and we are angry? That's that about him. The second thing, NLC is saying, well, this and that. Well, there are certain things that Joe Ajiru said that may be relevant. He says that this will further make life difficult for people. That is true. If we have to buy fuel at 1,000 and 30 naira, then of course it means life will become more difficult because there will be inflation. So Joe Ajaero was commenting, just like Amici, on the state of the nation. He was speaking at an event. And he also went on to say government should do other things, but Labour itself must think out of the box. What alternatives has Labour offered? Labour has been fighting this fuel price matter since the days of Obasanjo, 99 to 2007. What alternative ideas did Labour put on the table? All these Labour people, before you know it, they will become governor. Before you know it, they will become, they will be given appointment. Before you know it, their life will be better. They will claim they are going on strike. Which strike have they done that has been successful in terms of giving options to government? You get to a point where Nigerians, we're even beginning to say that they no longer trust organized labor. That what is labor saying? Well, I don't imagine that Joe Ajaero can take a unilateral decision to challenge government, but about the hardship that Nigerians are experiencing, and they will experience more as a result of what has happened, I think it's right on that score. Number 3, it was blaming NNPC Limited. I said earlier when we discussed this subject that NNPC Limited is now a public, a limited liability company. It's also a marketer in the space like all other persons. What NNPC Limited has said is that it will no longer be the main off-taker. The arrangement was they will offtake and then they will sell to the distributors within the market. Now NNPC Limited is saying, let everybody go to Dangote refinery to go and take the products. They are not going to stand in between to provide subsidy of 134.16 naira. They also have a stake in Dangote refinery, 7.25% equity stake in Dangote refinery. But I imagine that in the days to come, more details will come out. And the final question is, why are the refineries not working? I thought they said the Port Harcourt refinery has been mechanically completed. This mechanical completion is taking almost a whole year, and nothing is coming out from there. In December 2023, they said they were producing at least 60,000 barrels per day from that refinery. Where is that 60,000 liters? Other questions. We don't even know how much fuel we consume on a daily basis in Nigeria. The figures keep changing. 43,000, 50 million, 60 million. Nobody knows. In a country that is supposed to be run by data. Now we will be, some importers, apart from NNPC Limited, will be taking fuel from Togo. Which fuel are they producing in Togo? They will steal Nigerian crude to Togo. We will go and be buying from Togo. We will be buying fuel from other countries. So it's a very messy situation. I hope someone someday will clear the mess. And where in all of this is the Nigerian midstream and downstream petroleum regulatory agency, which is the agency that fixes prices. They are busy playing possum in NMDPRA. They are playing possum.
Yes. I mean, one thing I took away from Joe Ajaero's statement was that, this whole inflation, and it has basically recalculated our budget at this point. I want to pull off a graphic about, what Nigerians were spending before Tinubu came into power. And here you can see it here. They said before, sardine was, 300 naira, and peak milk was 250, but sardine now is what, 1,800 naira. So I mean,
add diapers to that.
The diapers for you, but you can see the disparity here. It is huge. I mean, it is really huge. Yes. Now sardine is 1,008, peak milk is 1,000, spaghetti 1,000, derica of beans 2,500. I mean, this is an estimation we did with our interns. They went ahead to find the prices. Tomatoes. I think that there was a bit of relief with tomatoes recently. I don't know, but I mean, look at the difference at this point, Rufai, inflation.
You see, go and put your mind at rest. Because our chief, Olusegun Oshoba, has said Tinubu must do another 4 years. He's a Yoruba man. So all of you people that are eating on Tinubu, Elo Fokobale. You see, you cannot ascribe to malice what you can explain with incompetence. And every day where we try to explain the incompetence of the Nigerian states, politicians tag us as people that have malice against them or their political party. But history and time will vindicate us that we're indeed patriots for the growth of this country. All of this the NNPC is doing is a game. The NNPC has not told us the full truth about the subsidy matter. The same NNPC that denies that they were owing international creditors or those that sold them crude. The same NNPC that's not been able to give us when the Dangote, when the refinery, Port Harcourt refinery will be completed. Sometimes I blame Labour, but sometimes I don't want to blame Labour in this because the president lied to Labour. He told them that the Port Harcourt refinery will be ready by December. This was the part of the first agreement they had when they had the first strike. And those were part of the agreements Labour acceded to be able to let things slide. Because the president told them it will be ready. Do you know when Mr. Femi Falana went to send a letter to the company that were the contractors that were doing the Port Harcourt refinery? What happened? The contractors said they can't tell him when it's going to be ready. So you have a lot of lies. And I still keep repeating, subsidy has not been removed because that's the new lie they told us today. It's another lie to be able to buy time before they give the next increments. Oji, do you know if you're buying 1,030 naira per liter, do you know how much that's going to be in dollars? That's 0.64 cents. All our neighboring countries sell beyond $1 per liter at the pump price. That's to show you subsidy is still being paid, but they will keep the lies on because of the games that are going on. Till today, the same NNPC is not telling you how much we are consuming. The same NNPC, and that's why when people are saying NNPC is a marketer, it's a lie. They can change nomenclature, but they can't deceive us. Which other oil marketers have a right to be able to burn money with their NNPC does? The same NNPC that bought 4 trillion on refineries that are not working. Not be me talking. Go and check NNPC's books. They showed us. Like Fela will say, I will open book for you. I will open book for NNPC. They bought 4 trillion on refineries that are not working. Is that one not more than enough to pay the subsidies? Is it not the same NNPC that has been paying for refineries that have not been working all these years that are moribund? So NNPC should please and see. Stop bringing in the regulators, NNDPR and everything. No, it is NNPC that fixes the price. It's not the regulators. The regulators should fix price on paper, but on paper it's NNPC. Why is it that it's NNPC petroleum station? When they increase price, prices go up. Let's call it speed is speed. NNPC has been the real cause of most of these problems. I mean, I'm not blaming them amiss. We have empirical facts to back it up. They have not shown good faith. They've constantly told porkies to a lot of Nigerians. And let us call it speed is speed. You will see when the increment will start again.
Right.
Except they see, oh, free market has taken over. All of a sudden, NNPC that couldn't tell you all this while how much they were used to subsidize fuel now told you that they will have removed the 133 naira that they are paying in subsidy. Now subsidy has been finally removed. Be deceiving us.
What happened to the refinery again? The one that was supposed to open in August, wasn't it, last month? What did they say?
In August, when they got to August, they said it won't produce again. Then when they wrote the people that are doing the contract work in the refinery letter, they said they will tell Femi Falana on the 2nd of October, the time they will finish. On the 2nd of October, they said they can't disclose the time. As today now, and it's over 44 months. We paid over $1.5 billion for that refinery to still keep working.
Yeah. Needs to be some solution. Meanwhile, Senate President Godswill Akpabio has said that Nigerians should place their love for country above financial gain. Akpabio made the comments on the floor of the Senate on Tuesday while commenting on the motion seeking to address mass migration of Nigerians. Let's take a look.
And to say that even as we are speaking now, there are still some people who are under different guises traveling outside So the brain drain is a big problem, not just in the educational sector, particularly in the health sector. It's affecting us a lot. The greatest professionals in medicine in the United States of America, from what I read, some people say we have almost 22,000 health workers in the United States of America who are Nigerians, and they are doing extremely well. I've seen that from different reports. And as of today, the country is rather losing the expertise. If they acquired those expertise and returned to Nigeria, it would have been better. But I think also the conditions of service are quite responsible. But I believe people should place love for their country above financial gains.
Love for country. Let me take reactions. This is from Boma, who wrote, "Deceitful tales of lies. Let him and the NAS members earn 70,000 naira as their salary. Then Nigerians will put love for their country, Nigeria, rebuild our educational institution, and ensure their children attend public schools in the country. Then we shall love this country." Another Twitter user wrote on X, "Love for the country is never the problem. The problem in Nigeria is the poor are getting poorer and the rich getting richer. Inequality and marginalization can never bring love. Everyone deserves financial gain. Our needs are far above what we can afford. Love for country." Our favorite Niger wife, I know you love our country, but you know, it is tough at this time where, you know, our budget has been rejigged by force by the federal government of Nigeria. Amechi said, "Trekaton, I am part of the people trekking at this point," because I mean, yes, well, I'm going to get fit from it, but come on.
Stating the obvious by saying she loves our country.
I mean, I know she loves our country.
Somebody will come from Zimbabwe to go and marry
now, she loves our
Nigerian from Akwa. And what love can be more than that?
But before I come to you, let me take this, together with this. You know, only recently, the Minister of Health, Dr. Ali Pate, recently spoke about health tourism and Tinubu going for medical treatment abroad. He spoke to journalist Adeola Faihun. Let's take a look.
Health tourism is not a phenomenon that is limited to Nigeria or Africa. There are people who leave the United States and go to East Asia to get medical care. There are people who leave the United Kingdom and go to Africa for medical care. And there are Nigerians who choose, because of all kinds of reasons, to go abroad for medical care. There are many leaders and people from the Africa region who come to Nigeria for medical treatment.
Really?
Yes, they are.
So what will it take for our president to see what these people see in Nigerian health sector?
You are keen in personalizing it for just one individual. The phenomenon of medical tourism,
the president of the country.
The phenomenon of medical tourism is a global phenomenon, and you cannot limit it just one individual. What we are saying and what President Tinubu is trying to do is to transform the Nigerian healthcare system so that it works for everyone.
Our favorite Niger wife. I hope you heard that sound bite loud and clear. We shouldn't tackle the president for going on medical tourism, but he's trying to transform the medical system here, and people are coming to Nigeria for medical tourism while our president is going out. Love for country. Our favorite Niger wife.
You know, there's a saying I love very much, which says that a nation usually imbibes the spirit of its leader. And so for me, it's quite profound that, Godswill Akpabio will be talking about, you should love your country more than financial gain, because I feel that conversation needs to begin there in the Senate with his colleagues, in the House of Representatives with his colleagues, in the executive with his colleagues. Let's have that conversation at the leadership level and say, hey, my comrades here at the table, can we rather, let's choose our country over financial gain. You know, was it last month or a couple of months ago, President Joe Biden took his 2 weeks vacation and he went to Delaware. And what they did in Delaware is they sent pictures of him on the beach every day hanging out with his wife, and he didn't go anywhere, he didn't travel abroad, he didn't go anywhere internationally. Here in Africa, I always have to commend South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, who always looks for a resort somewhere in South Africa. When he takes his annual leave, he'll either go to his farm in Palapala, or he'll go to Cape Town, or he'll go to Port Elizabeth, but he always keeps it very local. And it's such a great opportunity for us to package our country as well and to show the world what we have. But, you know, for us to now sit and look at the people who are doing all they can, grappling with, do you know what it means to wake up one day and suddenly find out that fuel has just gone up, and nobody even has the courtesy to send out a press release or whatever. It's by gist that you see they said the fuel has gone up, or people will start calling you, fuel has gone up. Have you heard? We didn't even know the real price until journalists started driving around to the different fuel stations to find, okay, this is the development that has happened. So somebody whose salary has not changed, whose income has not changed, is now battling with the reality of how this is going to impact their daily bread. And this person now finds a better opportunity somewhere where they can make something of themselves and look after their families and support their families and get them a good education and get them not have to worry about your children drinking clean water. Just something as basic as your children drinking clean water. So, you know, it's very unfair for us to now try and blackmail people who are just seeking self-preservation and now say that you need to love your country more. That's the first point. Sorry. And the second point is that we also need to separate love for country, patriotism, from love for government or current administration. People are allowed to dislike the administration in power, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they don't love their country. We have to separate those things.
I like that.
Now, as you can see from that video, Nigerian leaders are without a doubt the root of our problem. How on earth can a minister who is supposed to be accountable to the people struggle to defend herself against clear allegations of illegal appointment made by Nigerians? It's a disgrace, and this shows how deep corruption runs in our leadership. Nigerians have been crying out for years, making their voices heard through protests, shouting for change. Yet, what do these so-called leaders do? Instead of listening to the people who put them in power, they unleash the full force of the Nigerian security agencies on innocent protesters. This has led to the cold-blooded killing of many innocent citizens and the unjust jailing of countless others, all while their cries for justice are denied, ignored, and swept under the carpet. Let's be real here. These politicians do not care about the people. All they care about is holding on to power at whatever cost. They think they can keep using forces to silence us, but how long will that last? How long will they keep playing with our intelligence while the country burns is an outrage and the people will not be silent forever? So therefore, my people, if you've watched this content to this very end and you want to keep getting more of this hard-hitting truth from us, kindly like, comment, and share this video across all social media platforms. Don't forget to click on the notification icon so you'll never miss an update on our next video. So stay tuned. Welcome back, my people. Can you see the level of betrayal Tinubu has? Welcome back, my people. Can you see the level of betrayal Tinubu and his political cronies have unleashed on us? It's beyond comprehension. Just take a look around. Every day we are sinking deeper into inflations that beyond human tolerance. Prices of food, fuel, and basic necessity keep rising like there's no tomorrow. And what are they doing about it? Absolutely nothing. People are literally dying from hunger, poverty, and lack of basic healthcare. Why these politicians live lavishly, jetting off to other countries for medical treatment, holidays, and luxury. Where is the fairness in this? Let's talk about the fuel price hike. Fuel that ordinary Nigerians can no longer afford. Transport fares have doubled, if not tripled, making it almost impossible for the average person to even go to work. The Nigerian Labour Congress is protesting. People are taking to the street, and still the government turns a blind eye. Instead of finding solutions, they continue to impose a relentless rise in the cost of commodities, hitting the poor man the hardest. What kind of wickedness is this? Are we even in a country anymore, or are we simply slaves to their endless greed? They keep telling us to be patient, but patient for what? For this to get worse? How can we survive when food prices are beyond our reach, when fuel costs drain our pocket, and when there's no price control on anything? Imagine you wake up today and the price of bread has doubled overnight. The next day it's rice, the next day it's cooking oil, the next day this is too much. Families can no longer feed themselves, and children are dropping out of school because their parents can't afford the fees anymore. What about the promises they made during the election? What happened to those fake manifestos about improving the economy, providing jobs, and reducing poverty? All lies. Graduates are roaming the streets with no jobs, businesses are collapsing, and industry are shutting down. Even the smallest business are dying because of the skyrocketing inflation. We are suffocating in our own land, and that's not enough. They still expect us to be loyal to their system of nepotism, corruption, and dictatorship. Look at the level of impunity they operate with. There's no accountability, no transparency, no regard for the people they swore to serve. They pass laws that suit their selfish agendas and leave the common man to suffer. This is no longer a government. This is a dictatorship. This is a dictatorship disguised as democracy. So therefore, my people, this is where I'll be stopping for this episode. So if you're watching us for the very first time, kindly like, comment, and share this video across all social media platforms. And also don't forget to click on the notification icon to get you notified of our next video. Thank you.